Welcome. This is another lesson video on approximation, and this is a lesson 4 of the series of 4. So now, dear ones, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you are missing out. You are missing out. Do subscribe so that you get to see how simple mathematics is. Now, approximation is a grade 11 topic. Of course, grade 11 topic in Zambia syllabus. Now here, the major concentration will be dealing with ECZ, the standard exam questions. ECZ simply stands for Examination Council of Zambia. So we are just going to do standard exam questions only. So I have 1, 2, 3 questions. I will only help you with question 1 and have maybe question 2, then question 3, it is your own problem. You do question 3, then it means that we are okay. If you are able to answer this one, then it means that we are okay. So let's start with question number 1, solutions. Solutions. Now we start with question number 1. Question number 1A. Okay, question number 1A. Question number 1A, what does it say? A piece of wood measures 25 centimeters long. Find the A, upper and lower limits, B, percentage error. Okay, it's interesting. So now, one thing you should understand is that upper and lower limits are very simple and straightforward. Of course, we looked at them in the lesson number 1. This is lesson number 4. So if you are joining us, if you are joining us for the first time, I would advise you to look for the video, which of course it is introduction of approximation, which will be the lesson number 1, and watch it. And watch lesson 2 and lesson 3. Therefore now these questions will be easy for you. Okay, so now question number 1. They are simply saying that A, let's start with upper limit. Upper limit. You need to know the formula for upper limit. What is the formula for finding the upper limit? Now, upper limit, it is found by simply saying the true value plus absolute error. Okay. This is not something new, so you should not be surprised by that formula. It's what you have already covered in lesson 1. So now we need to look at the question. The question is saying that a piece of wood measures 25 centimeters. So a piece of wood measures 25 centimeters long. Find the upper and lower limits. So now let us, since we know the formula for upper limit, let us find the value. So here they have given me 25 centimeters. 25 centimeters, it is the true value they have given you. Now, we don't know the absolute error. So we need to know how to find the absolute error, then we can find the upper limit. So how do we find the absolute error? Remember, absolute error, you need to know the formula, absolute error. The formula for finding absolute error, we learned that it is simply the LUM divided by 2. Now, LUM simply stands for least unit of measurements, meaning the smallest value or the smallest number or the smallest error. So in this scenario, for me to find this one, I need to look for the least unit. So let's look at the number. They have given me 25 centimeters. So we are simply saying that we have 25 centimeters. Now, what is the LUM of 25 centimeters? The LUM of 25 centimeters, it is something, of course, not new again. You have learned about the least unit of measurements. Now, this is a whole number, hence it has a least unit of measurement, 1 centimeter. So it means that for me to find the absolute error, I need to just simply say 1 divided by 2, which gives me 0.5 centimeter. So the least unit of measurement of 25 is 1, but the absolute error it is 0.5. So now that I know the absolute error, all I need to do now it is to find the answer, upper Okay, let me just abbreviate it. Upper limit is equal to true value minus absolute error. Okay, so now, or plus, plus absolute error. So what is my true value? Is 25. Okay, my true value is 25 plus, what is my absolute error? 0.5. Good. So now we need to add that, and then it means that you have found the upper limit. So how do I add it? These are decimals, by the way, there is no calculator. So I'm going to say 25.0 plus 0.5. I use this kind of addition. Of course, there's no paper, so make sure that you do the right thing. So we have 0 plus 5, it is 5.5 plus 0, 5, 2 plus 0, 2. So meaning that the upper limit, therefore, upper limit is equal to 25.5. That is the upper limit. You are done. That's how we find the upper limit. Now let us move on to find the lower limit. How do I find the lower limit? So, of course, we are still in A. Now let us see lower limit. Okay, lower limit, the formula. The formula is simply the opposite of that one. Instead of adding, you are subtracting. So we say the true value, okay, this part here, let me erase it, true value minus, okay, minus absolute error. Okay, absolute error. Okay, so we say lower limit, abbreviate it. Let us abbreviate it in this way. The marker stopped writing. So lower limit is equal to true value minus absolute error. What is my true value? 25. Minus absolute error, we already found the absolute error there, which is 0.5. Again, this part, when subtracting in this manner, it is quite difficult. So the only thing we can subtract this with without using a calculator, you are going to say 25 minus 25.0 minus 0.5. Okay, what is 0 minus 5? Of course, it can't, so we are going to borrow 1 from here. We put 1 there, it will be 10. Here we remain with 4. In 10 minus 5, we have 10 minus 5, it is 5. 4 minus 0, which is 4, point there. 2 minus 0, which is 2. So, therefore, the lower limit, or the minimum, sometimes they may ask, is equal to 24.5. Sometimes if they ask you to find they may say find the minimum value or the maximum value. Just know that maximum limit, just know that they are talking of maximum upper limit, minimum lower limit. So this is how we find the upper and lower limit. Hopefully I have made that clear. Now let us move on to find the percentage error. Percentage error. So what is the formula for finding the percentage error? So now we are simply saying B. Percentage error, you write the formula, percentage error is equal to true value, okay, true value, okay, let me not write this formula, first of all, let me now think. Percentage error, when you look at this question which is here, it only have one dimension. So what kind of a formula can I use in order for me to get the dimension? Of course, we don't have the recorded value and we don't have the true value. Or we have the true value, but we don't have the recorded value. So the only way I can write the percentage error, it is simply to write the formula relative error, okay, times 100%. This one will work out perfectly. Okay, there are two formulas. Remember, we learned 2 of them. But let us use this one. Because here we just need to find the relative error and multiply it by 100, and that will be our answer. That's all. So now, how do I find the relative error? Okay, so let me erase here. I believe we have seen how to find the upper and lower limit. Now let me see, let us work it from here. How do I find the relative error? So we are simply saying, how do I find the relative? Okay, how do I find the relative error? Now, relative error, we know that it is simply, I can simply say the absolute error, divided by true what? True value. Divide by true value. Okay. At least we know the absolute error. What is our absolute error for this question? The absolute error for this question is 0.5. We have already found this one, so there's no need to find it. So once you do this part, then the next thing you just have to replace there. So relative error, you abbreviate it like this. Relative error is equal to, what is my absolute value? 0.5 over what? What is my true value? Okay, what is my true value here? My true value is 25. Okay, then now you simplify this by simply multiplying both sides. You multiply this side by 100, even this side by 10, not 100, by 10 only. So that we get rid of the decimal place here. 0.5 multiplied by 10, we have 5. Okay, 25 multiplied by this one, we have 250. Okay, so once you do that kind of question, once you do it like that, then you just divide and you have found the relative area, then multiply by 100 and you are done. So that is one way you can answer this one. So we are going to say 5 there is 1, 5 into 25, it is 5. So we are going to have our relative error to be 1 over 50. Okay, 1 over 50. That is my relative error. So now for me to find now the percentage error, all I need to do now, it is to multiply now. It will be 1 over 50 times 100%. That's all. So now 1 times 100, I have 100 divided by 50. Okay, 100 divided by 50. Now I say this into there, 5 into 10, we have 5 into 10 is 2%. Remember, we are talking of the percentage. So my relative error in this scenario, my percentage error, it will be 2%. Okay, because 100 will be cancelled by 50 there. This is the percentage. We have 2% as my final answer. So that's how you can find the percentage error. This is an examination paper, of course. So now let us now come to answer question number 2 and see how we can answer. Let's see question number 2. Question number 2. Now this is very simple. Don't be confused. Pause the video, write the notes and follow it and again and again. Okay, so let us do now this question. It is of the same basis. You can see this and this one. They are obviously not too much different because we are talking of lower limit and relative error. We have already found it there. Now let's do something strange. So this one is your task. Okay. So this one, it is your task. You are going to answer this question. It is this question number 2. It is yours task. Okay. So this one you are supposed to answer yourself. Now let us do question number 3, which looks funny. Okay, but very easy. The mass M of a block of wood is 876.4 grams. Correct 1 decimal place. Complete the statement in the answer space below. So we need to answer here and there. Okay, so now, if you can see here, this question number 3, question number 3A, they have given us what we call a range. So when they say 1 dash is less or equal to mass, and mass is less or equal to dash, this is the range. And remember, the range, it is found with the lower limit to upper limit. That is the range. Lower limit and upper limit, that is the range they are talking about here. So you need to find the lower limit and the upper limit, so that the lower limit should be here, the upper limit should be there, and that is it. That's what you do. So now the question is, we have been given 6.4 grams. Now, what is my lower limit? Okay, let's start with the lower limit here. So lower limit is simply going to be, the formula for finding the lower limit is true value minus the absolute error. So what is my true value? My true value have been given to be 876.4. But what is my absolute error? Absolute error, I don't know. So what you need to do is to find the absolute error by simply saying absolute error, it is found by the lambda of divided by 2. Least unit of measurement divided by 2. Now what is the least unit of measurement of 876.4? Of course, because it has one decimal place, it will be 0.1. Okay, that is the least unit measurement of 876.4. Now, when we have this one, then we just have to now replace there. We have 0.1 divided by 2. What is my final answer when I divide by 2 there? Okay, you can, in order for you to find the correct answer, just multiply this by 10, also 2 multiplied by 10. So you have 1 divided by 20. 20 into this one, what do we get? 20 into this one, we have 0. Put 0 there, again 0, put another 0 there. You have, okay, so meaning 20, cancel this there, 20 to that, we have 5. So meaning the absolute error is equal to 0.05. So here we are just going to replace with 0.05. That is the absolute error. Okay, so once you have found the absolute error, then now just subtract these two. So how you subtract them, I can advise you to use the method you learned in grade D7. 6.4 minus, okay, we have 0.05. So you introduce a 0 there, so to make it balance. Also here, if you want, you can put zeros. This minus 0 minus 5, you just borrow 1, 5, we have 5. Here we are remaining with 3, we put 3 there. 6 minus, okay, decimal place, point. 6 minus this is 0, 6, 7, 8. So this is my, that is the value, the lowest limit, okay? The lower limit is 876.35. That is the lower limit. Now, what is the upper limit now? So we are saying the upper limit is equal to, again, is true value plus the absolute error. Now, we already know what the absolute error is, so this is straightforward. So it will be 876.4 plus the absolute error 0.05. So in this case, again, we can say 876.4 plus 0.05. You can put zeros there, also the 0 there if you want. So 0 plus 5, it is 5, 4 there, point. Okay, these are decimals. We simply have 876.45 as the upper limit. So we have now, the lower limit is this one and the upper limit is this one. So the only thing now to do, once you have found this, is to replace this into that blank spaces they are provided for you. So we are going to simply say, therefore now, you start with the lower limit, then the upper limit should be the last one. So we are saying that the lower limit is 876.35. This should be less or equal to mass, and mass should be less or equal to 876.45. Okay, hence you have answered this question. That's how you answer it. That is the range they are talking about. It means that you have given me the range of what they are asking us on this question. Fill in the mass of M of a block of wood is 876.4 grams. Correct to 1 decimal place. Complete the statement in the answer space below. So we are simply saying that the lower limit should be less or equal to mass, and mass should be less or equal to upper limit. You cannot go beyond the upper limit. Once you go beyond the upper limit, then it means that your answer is not correct. And once you go below the lower limit, it means that your answer is not correct. So you should be in the range of the lower limit and the upper limit. That is what they are talking about here. So the inequality symbols, they simply show us the range in other ways. So once you don't know the range, then you can easily fail. Okay, so we shall end here for these videos. But for this question B, the length of a piece of wire is 15.2 centimeter, correct to one decimal place. What is the relative error of the length? So now relative error, we know the formula that we need to apply. Same applies with this one. I will let this be something that you work it out yourself. So please answer these questions and comment in the comment box. Just comment, I have found the answer. Then now I'll get to interact with you and see your answers and get to mark you correct. So if you do that for me, I will appreciate it. Make sure you comment and like and share the video if you like it, so that your friends as well may benefit. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you may be updated each and every time I make a new video for your easily advancement in mathematics. Remember, mathematics is made easy by Mr. Sivanda. God bless and enjoy the rest of the time.